Oh, so we rolling. All right,
rolling.
man. All right. So welcome back, everybody. Super excited to actually be here with you all again. Of course, it's a blessing to be there. My name is Jacques Wright. We got a special guest, Melanie, also known as
It's me, and we have the Hennessy and Lemonade today.
All right.
Lemonade. Cheers to that for sure. But we got my man Adrian Peace.
Adrian Peace.
And this is
the Nice Guys Podcast.
So
welcome.
absolutely. So this pod, we definitely, me and Mel talked about it before we actually started. We was going to talk about trauma. So
Traumaticals, as I like to say.
Traumaticals, man, for real. And trauma, as we can see, trauma definitely hits you in different components, different parts of your life that you're not even expecting. And I think Sadhguru, he mentioned something on Instagram that kind of threw me off, but was it needed? You know, sometimes you get stuck in your traumas, you don't want to deal with them. That's the reason why you're still dealing with the trauma. Mm-hmm. So like being able to confront it and deal with it definitely helps you move forward. But you know, kind of speak on, like we talked about trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to know your journey with it. You know what I'm saying? How you been getting better with it?
My journey is really acknowledging it for me.
Okay.
And I realized that I didn't want to be like my mom and my dad.
Okay.
And I didn't know the word trauma was what was needed to use to make sense of why I didn't want to be like them.
Right.
But they were like not acknowledging their trauma. And I was more so like, I don't want to keep losing friends. I realized one of my parents were losing a lot of friends. And I was like, I don't know what she was doing, but I don't want to keep losing friends. I want to keep the love, around me. And I was real good at adapting to my environment. So if someone told me about myself, I didn't shy away or like shut them down.
That's good.
I kind of kept an open mind. Even if I didn't acknowledge to them, I kind of went back home and kind of like, okay, what they mean by that?
Gotcha.
It made it make sense for myself.
Okay. Wow. That's important. You said something that was really key as well too, is that people would tell you something about yourself, you acknowledge it, but you didn't become defensive.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like that was always a situation for yourself? Or did you have to come to that place, or was it something that you kind of just felt like
if you say the same thing twice, or two different people saying the same thing, at some point, I'm gonna have to look at myself.
Yeah. Okay. I feel that.
Because these two different people don't even know each other and they're saying the same thing to me.
It's something to recognize. It took me a while. I'm being honest, shit. I mean, it took me a minute to be like, you know what? Because I'm like, how you gonna tell me about me? And I know I'm with me all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I used to think. Like, how you gonna tell me about myself?
But you're not.
And I'm with me all the damn time.
But you're not always looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm in the mirror quite often. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's a good day today. How you doing?
Yeah.
Right, but you sound sweet. You speaking sweetly to yourself.
You got to.
But that ugly.
Sometimes you gotta.
That ugly, you have to acknowledge.
I mean, I know when I mess up now, but when I was younger, I was not like that. I was definitely, because I dealt with a hypercritical environment, so like everything was criticized. So when I got older, I was just like, I gotta get away from this shit.
Give yourself some grace.
Yeah, maybe that was traumatic for me, but it was just always, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. Comparing me to, because obviously I didn't have a really good father figure or father choice. Well, it wasn't my choice. I didn't choose nigga. I just came out the shit, What up, how you doing? I jumped up the ball sack. I didn't choose that, but I had to deal with almost his baggage growing up. I don't be like that. You showing me signs. I'm like, damn, like, so it made me super critical of myself. So for somebody else to recognize it would piss me off.
But that's exactly how you should have took your father speaking on that, because they were probably looking at it like it's too late for me to make it right, but I don't want my kid to go through what I'm going through.
My dad never talked about it. I'm talking about my mom used to compare me to him.
Or your parent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He obviously didn't go down a good path because she mentioned good things.
So I tried to use that as a way to be like, I'm not gonna be like him, but sometimes you're just like, damn, bro, like I can only change so much about myself. Not saying I gotta be just like this person, but like I'm not finna walk on fucking eggshells for nobody. So
absolutely,
you want to accept me for who I am, or I guess not. But I'm gonna try to do my best to be better. But every time I'm like, look, man, I only can change so much. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just like. You want to be involved with people that are different.
You do.
So it's just like that thing that might bother you might be something that you might need to be cool with, because...
I mean, what I would say is... I'm gonna let you finish, sorry.
Are you good? Go ahead.
I'm cutting you off.
I already paused.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
That was the invitation, my brother.
I would say for me, at those times, I was just like, well... I'm not gonna be cool with everybody. It's just it's impossible.
Absolutely.
So I'm not gonna make everybody I don't even care to do that. So anybody seeing this, I don't care. If you don't like me, it's cool. I can't live my life like that.
Right.
You know, it's just too much work. All you can really do is try to do your best.
Yeah.
Every day.
For me, I kind of had like I've always been like a very hypercritical person of myself. I've always had that voice in my head, like, you know, constantly checking me. And I feel like that's kind of what has set me apart in a lot of ways. It's just that, and kind of set me to be the designated, like, wise one in the group that's like, you know, no, I don't think we should do that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think, you know, that might get us in some, you know what I'm saying, let's not do that tonight. But
I'm the opposite.
But then it's just like I can agree with him because I was considered lame.
Yeah.
Because I would want to do the right thing. Like, you're lame, you're boring. No, I'm safe. I'm cautious.
I was lame at a fault because I know my mother was gonna beat my ass, but and when I got around certain crowds, I definitely lived up a little bit too. So I mean, this depends on what the situation is.
Tonight I'm with the
around.
homies.
Yeah, no, I would say it would be situations where I didn't want to be in, like, you know, the dine and dash and all that stuff. People would put me. I'm like, God damn, why would I see people start moving to the door. I'm like, bro, it's a $300 bill. I'm not paying for that. I'm dipping too, but I mean, I ain't trying to tell myself. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was years ago, and I don't see what the location was. Hopefully they don't look me up. But, you know, stuff like that would happen. I'm like, God, I can't hang around with y'all niggas no more. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all going to put me in a situation where I can't get out of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we usually be speeding off and doing wild stuff. But I was dealing with a PK. So, you know how that go. You know, PK
Nah, they could be
kid.
Get little crazy.
They off the chain. You know what I'm saying? In one case, he used to send me wild videos. I'm sitting here with the chick. He would send me videos of the fellatio wives. I'm like, bro, come on, dog. I had to get rid of Snap. I'm like, dog, because I don't think he sent me something important. I'm looking at the chick that's giving him.
He's sending you something important.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's something
Not
important.
email, but on Snapchat.
That's when Snap first came out, though. So,
and there was a lot of wild stuff going on
man,
Snapchat.
he was doing some wild stuff. I don't really partake. I
You know what can send me anything important on Snapchat?
I don't say nothing naked on nothing.
Really?
Because they ain't like finna have my gigabytes all over the place. You ain't gonna have my gigabytes running around the internet. Now, if you got a picture, that ain't me. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That ain't me. Like, well,
We're pro ho. I'm pro ho here. Do your thing. But I haven't displayed my.
I'm good. I've seen other people that venture in that lane. You know what I'm saying? They've dealt with traumatic experience and they feel comfortable being naked in front of folks. But unless they really pay me some big dollars, I am not going to just show these jewels. It's not going to happen. So
I don't even want to do that because the money can run out and then my body is still on social media.
Man.
Hey,
Right.
I like that one scene you did. Like, oh, come on, man. That was
30 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm with my kid.
But that's
Need my
another part of
Alfredo.
trauma that I wanted to kind of tie back into as well, like fame. Like, say, for instance, like you always mentioned, I appreciate, you know, like your support and other people that have as well. You know, situations take off what we're doing. Now, how do you deal with the fame? You know, sometimes they say that's a traumatic situation to have all this attention, all your one time, all this money, all these decisions, and it comes with a lot of issues too. So how do you feel about that? What you doing your music and you taking off with that? Because, you know, you got a good sound. I think you can definitely develop a strong following and become famous as well. How do you feel like you would deal with that line of, I guess, potential trauma?
What do you mean? How will correlate my trauma?
Well, becoming famous. They say that becoming famous too quickly, like overnight, can be extremely traumatic for people.
I would have to make sure an accountant is on payroll because trauma of not always getting what I want to being able to get everything that I want, I would need to hire an accountant immediately.
But then think about this, like Rihanna, right? She an accountant that was embezzling money over years, like millions of dollars. How would you feel about I actually had an uncle, he had, you know, cracked a real big deal with Exelon. And his homie had been known for years, was like embezzling like quarter mil down there from his accounts over time. How would you feel in those situations to have all that, but then you got all these little, you know, vultures and leeches trying to get everything from you, or people that try to be phony, you know, try to act like they know you, know, your family reaching out. How do you feel like that would affect you?
Because it's a privilege to, you know, have me in your life. So I stand on that with the money that I have, and then I will stand on that when I'm wealthy.
Okay.
It's just really like if you wasn't shooting with me in the gym, you know, you're not gonna be there in the picture holding the trophy.
No, I feel it. No, that's real. That's real. Yeah, that's a sound bite. If you weren't shooting me in the gym, you was over just spectating and speculating to see whether I'm gonna do it or fall off.
Now you want to put your hand on the trophy.
Back then, didn't want me, now I'm hot. All of like, don't do that.
I said.
You know
That's
what I'm
just
saying?
like high school. That's just like high school. People be like commenting on my post or like
Never spoke
speaking
to
to
you.
me when I go back home.
Right.
And I would literally just be like, I'm sorry, who are you? Or I'll just keep walking because I don't owe you any respect anymore. I wanted you to treat me as a person when I was in school with you, and you weren't able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do that to people that I know that are not good people. Intentionally, there's some really bad people out there in the world. They don't know that they're bad. They're just doing what they do naturally, programming. But I think it would definitely be something that I don't even want to wait for. That's cool. You do you, but I'm not going to sit there and entertain you.
I'm not waiting for anything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's me blocking my blessing, waiting to have my blessing to, rub it in somebody else's face.
No, I don't think you're doing that. No, for sure. Yeah, that's not what I mean. I was just saying more so like some people do like, wait till I get home. I don't want shit on you. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, goofy.
You know what I mean? But it's like, it's like it's unnecessary. It's like, you cool, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. I'm doing good and I'm feeling better. But I mean, and outside of that, what about family though? How do you feel about the situation with family? Like they start reaching out, they see that you're doing good, you're prominent, but they never spoke to you before. How do you feel about that?
I'm really just, immediate family? That's really all I really care about. My mom and my dad, my grandma.
Okay.
That's who been there since like the beginning.
Okay.
And that's who I'm ending it with.
Okay.
Even my sister, I don't talk to some of my siblings. I only have 3, but I don't talk to some of them, and that's okay.
Okay. That's
I feel like I have an idea in my head of like who I would, even people like family members and stuff that I don't really talk to on a day-to-day basis or frequently. I still have an idea of some of them that I would love to give an opportunity to, like, and I give them an opportunity to prove themselves. And then, maybe like, what I'm saying, business blow up, give you a job, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying, prove, but I'm not, no handouts. I'm not just giving out.
Period.
I'm just not just giving handouts because it wasn't given to me. I worked for it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's in a really bad position or something like that, I'll see what I can do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not going to be like just automatic like some people expect it to be.
Then see, automatic. It won't be automatic for me. But like, because I'm open to, I want to have a relationship with all my family.
Right.
I'm not, like I said, it's a privilege though. So I'm not about to be hurting my feelings for the sake of having a relationship with you.
Yeah.
But I'm like you said, I'm open to having a relationship, but it would have to be over time.
Yeah.
It's because we start speaking again, I'm not throwing out bread though.
Right.
Now I have a question, and I'm always gonna try to tie it back to the trauma thing. So that we talk about buzzwords, right? And like at one point, like we have the narcissism, we have, positive energy only, certain different things you see online that becomes very popular or manifesting. When trauma was a really big thing and it was like being more so, I guess, popularized, how did you feel about it being used to people talking about trauma? Because that wasn't a word that I talked about often because growing up, who fucking know what trauma is? You need to get up and make shit happen. Who cares about trauma? You being soft right now. Get your soft ass up.
Right.
Make some shit happen. You know what I'm saying? That's
I think it's always all raised though.
Yeah.
Right. So like within our community, how do you feel like as African American within America, how do you feel like now your relationship is with trauma compared to when you were younger?
I feel like I turn my weakness into my strength. And I've always been real big on listening to people. Like, you was telling me about the dude at the bar. Everybody needs someone to listen.
Yeah.
Because that might be the one thing to save them from doing something crazy or to something to themselves. And so like just random people, or when someone is pushing themselves to do something bad, even if I don't know them, I'll be like, you don't have to do that. Like I try to rationally make it make sense for them.
No, I feel that.
Like I was at a gas station and this dude was like, oh, you about to get ready to, roll up or whatever. And then I was like, yeah. He was like, man, I would too. But I'm on probation. I was like, why would you do that when you can just wait and not have to worry about a P test? Yeah. Like, you're going to start your process back over a blunt.
But it's funny you mentioned that because right now I'm on sabbaticals. Shout out to sabbaticals. That's a word I like to throw out there now because I am taking a break because there's some personal stuff I'm dealing with or whatever, for future insurance. Blah, blah. And it's hard, and even like with me trying to pursue things a little bit further with my music, like to sing is hard when you do things that set you back. But it's like, it's something about that you're still, dealing with, haven't really, I guess, fully coped with. So I'm still understanding what that is. Cause like yesterday I was fiending, bro. I was like, man, I want to sparkle so bad. You know what I'm saying?
But I think coping and dealing is 2 different things.
Okay. when we was talking about coping versus really
dealing with trauma.
dealing with your trauma or whatever you're dealing with. For me, I can definitely see that. You know, I try to take them sabbaticals, to take those sobriety trips so that I don't get too caught up in the habit. When I'm sober, I'm not the nicest person. I'm trying to work on that. So I try to balance it out. Cause when I'm sober, man, I could be a complete asshole, and I'll be like, bro, chill, B. But in my mind, I'm processing even more. Now I'm thinking even more thoroughly. I'm like, damn, bro, all right. In my mind, it's like this all the time. When I'm smoking, I can just take a break from all the shit I'm overanalyzing for whatever reason. I be having thoughts and scenarios in my mind. I'm like, what the fuck did that even come from, B? I'm over there playing shit out of my head. Okay, this nigga did this.
Or like putting shit up.
Like, what the fuck
like putting information that you don't even...
Spark up, nigga. You tripping, bro. Like,
I feel you. Okay, so how do you work with that? Because smoking is not going to work.
Yeah, for me, I just I try to be creative. That's where the art comes into place. That's like my therapy too, art. So if anybody tell me that I can't do something, I'm gonna try to figure it out too. That's another part of my journey still, coping with things. I'm like, oh, okay. Because a lot of times them battles be more so like what people told me I couldn't do. Oh, I can't do this. Even though I might not be the best, I be like, even with the singing, if Trey Songz can sing, nigga, I'm gonna learn how to fucking sing. Because that nigga was singing with Prince, and we know, no offense to Trey, sweeter than it will, man, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, if he can do it, I'm gonna try this shit too, you feel me? So, I feel like a lot of time I do deal with those battles, but at the end of the time, a lot of time I have to talk to my uncle, be like, bro, it's not anybody else, it's you. Like, you,
I was just about to say that.
You're the only one tripping, really. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else tripping on the situation besides you. So
I think, like I mentioned earlier, like I've always been very hypercritical of myself, but more recently I've been learning to just like be kinder to myself, as lame as that sounds, but
that's cool.
Like,
that's one great.
Yes, because like it's real easy for me to be like, well, if I'm hard on myself, what can anybody else say to me? Like, so I've always thought about like, yeah, like what nigga, I'm harder to myself than anybody else could ever be. Like, what can they say to me that I haven't said to myself before? But it's like, I didn't realize it was unhealthy.
It's unhealthy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but then it's just like, you only know so much about yourself. Because there's some things that you haven't been through to experience to know that reaction that you have.
Yeah.
And so sometimes those reactions you will give to someone else. So they can give you feedback based on that.
True.
You know? And like I just don't, maybe I don't give myself enough credit.
Yeah.
But I don't take what people say too seriously. I always keep in mind I would not take advice from someone I wouldn't go to advice to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because what are we talking about? If I wouldn't want to wear your shoes, what are we talking about? I'm struggling on a different level that you probably couldn't even, get to.
Right.
True.
And so I'm beating myself up with what you're saying that I may not be able to do when you haven't even reached that level. So it's really just picking out what you take from people.
That's
because
true,
sometimes
100%.
it might be a perspective that you never even thought to look at on yourself. And you're not
you
even
been challenged a couple of different things. I was like, damn, man, I ain't look at it like that. I'm looking at that situation from my perspective. But you know what I'm saying? You was giving me some other things to think about. It was helpful. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I can see that. I can understand that. So,
yeah, and I appreciate that about you.
What you mean by that?
That you're open to hearing a different perspective.
You have to. I'm so used to listening. I grew up in a household. My mom dominated and talked all throughout. Like, you break your damn leg, somehow she almost broke hers. You just be like, damn, get that. I can't join my mom. It's all over to the side like this, sitting like this, sitting sideways.
Now I gotta take you to the hospital.
You stub your toe and it's almost damn the same. How the hell does that even come you know what I'm saying? But some
You
people
made me stub my toe.
right, you know what I'm saying? How the fuck did that come? But you when I dealt with that, that's why like I'm still learning how to be more vocal, because I had a point in my life where I didn't know how to talk. That sounds weird.
No,
and y'all probably laugh at that 'cause I talk all the fucking time now, but it's part of the reason why I do now because I spent so many years not talking at all. I was just quiet. I'm like, man, you was a quiet, smart nigga. That you was just always quiet and just kept to yourself. I'm surprised you talk so goddamn much. You know, I'm like, yeah, man,
get that shit out.
Like 27 years of just being quiet as a bitch.
Yeah.
Like even in a relationship, I used to be so stoic. Like I had an ex in college. She was like, you don't ever show any emotions ever. Like
I get that all the time.
You're just so fucking quiet. Like. Fuck am I supposed to do? I didn't know how to write poetry. I could never write a A-B stanza. I had to take a Robert Frost class in college to figure out.
He's amazing.
Yes, I had to take a course to understand how to even like free write. I didn't understand how to express myself on writing. Even now when I write songs, I get challenged. Like I only talk about sexual references is whatever.
Let's talk about that because I realize that I do too, and I just want to know.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because sex is so easy. Sex is easy to talk about, and it feels amazing. I love sex. I'm be honest. Y'all want you don't have a part about sex. I love having sex.
Right. I mean, same. I guess that's is that where it stems from? Because like I can make a song about that easier than
or cussing or saying some derogatory. And it takes time to think. And that's why I admire what he does as a writer. I don't even want to have a song. I'm like, man, fuck that person's trash compared to he just made it work. And he had to say a single curse word and anything derogatory. And it's like I don't know how to do that without saying it. I mean, of course, I grew up in a culture like, well, I won't say culture, but in an environment like my dad was very like unfortunately exposed me to stuff that I probably shouldn't have been exposed to at a young age. And it was just like, I think it's normal shit, you know what I'm saying? And as you get older, you're like, oh, no, that's not good. You know, I would never have my kids be exposed to pornography, anything crazy at a young age.
Okay,
so being like 4 or 5, I was exposed to weird shit with older women, stuff that, you know, I'm like, damn, I thought that was what everybody did.
So that's probably where that stems from, that sexual energy. Yeah,
for sure. And I have to tame it. Because when I told him, like...
Are you crazy?
No, it's just like when I'm in a relationship...
Tame is a crazy word.
When I'm in a relationship, that trauma is concentrated and it might run somebody off because I'm going to get you. Don't come after me. Don't come.
Who needs to watch it there?
Right.
I'm going to get you. It's crazy.
It sounded a little wild.
I'm scared.
Sounded a little wild.
You're going to get got.
I want you. Say I want you.
I want you to.
That leaves it open for her.
And I'm going to get you.
But I want you to want me to. So it might be a little aggressive sometimes. I mean, I'm always cool. I'm going to stop being silly. It's just for the pride. But it's always considered. Ain't never no courage. I don't do no weird shit. But I definitely know how to find ways to, get the mood right to get, things popping.
Right.
Ain't never no force, none of that shit weird. I don't never do nothing like that. It's always peaceful.
So, okay, so
at the right time.
Smoking and sex is your way of coping?
Mainly smoking, but yeah, I guess cause we talked about it a little bit. Yeah, when I'm stressed, man. Yeah. You might want to stay like in another part of the house or somewhere.
And so,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I see everything you do is I'm like, damn, you cooking real nice right now. I like the way you stir that pot. She can't even be hungry. But that's the stress. I need to work on that. That's a part of me that I'm still grooming. And I'm being honest about it. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't want to mess up relationships by not dealing with that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I never have. So, honest, be truthful. I've always been with people that have been more sexual than me.
On the same energy. Okay.
More. I'm like, damn. Like the last, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I went to work drained sometimes. I'm like, damn, I'm so tired. I have no energy.
Right.
She's outlasting me. Like, what is this? I've never had anybody, go past my energy before. It was like, you ever watch Dragon Ball Z? It was like she was like power level 9,000, like for the first time. I'm like, wow, I never, so I've had that as well too. And then I've had a recent situation where a person wasn't, and I was like, that was completely foreign to me. I'm like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that at all.
I can agree with you on that.
I'm not. I think because we live in such a hypersexual culture in America, I'm not used to somebody that doesn't want it just as much as I do. You know what I mean? So, and then you make jokes about it, but that person's still uncomfortable. So we had that conversation as well, excuse me. So, it could be based off, like you said, trauma that they've experienced that people deal with trauma differently. So in that situation, if it was that, people was on two different path lines with that, two different frequencies. So, and I wonder if it's, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, it's more so just like getting to know your person or your friends.
Yeah.
Because even you can mess up relationships with just like, okay,
Talking
I
about
get
stuff,
angry,
yeah.
you know? And then you are thinking it's about you when it's really just me. And I'm projecting that onto you instead of like talking about it and dealing with it. Because I can say the same. Like I was dating women that were very sexual, but I would be the one that feel bad. I acknowledged one time I was on a trip. I was on a, can I say shrooms?
Yeah.
I took a shroom trip and I realized I was like, okay, I use my sexual energy to make connections, and then that was like the base of my connection. And so if I would come over and I wasn't on that, they would be like, so what are we doing here?
It's dry as hell. It's weird. We ain't doing that.
You know, and
We
it's
just
just
saying,
like,
look at
damn,
each other
I
for
genuinely
hours
thought
and
you were
just-
cool.
Yeah, it happens. That's that. You know, that's kind of sad to hear at the same time. And you said it because it's like, damn, like what happened to that? Like we used to
But it's
have
just
those
like,
energies
it
and
works.
stuff with folks. Yeah,
Like, if
Now
my
it's
plan
different.
worked, but not in my favor.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, the sex that I can provide, it will keep, like, build a connection.
But you want more than just the sex.
Want it to be the other way around.
A genuine kind of
No,
connection.
I didn't want it the other way around. I just, I knew my sex would keep you around, but I just, like, this is when around I just moved here. So I'm looking for friends. That was a wrong way to build a friendship, but I knew that would keep you to want to be around.
Wow, that's talk about that. So like that could be another form of trauma too, like that we haven't dealt with. Because like, I mean, we get real.
I'm telling you something.
We are, yeah. You know what I'm saying. So we talk about this trauma. So it's like I can relate to that because I thought, based off how I was brought up, like my dad made it seem like sex was the most. That's like Six Flags. That's like Disney World. So all he talked about, everything we talked, they could be talking about drinking some water. All of a sudden, and that girl squirt. I'm like, God damn
Oh
it.
my God.
I'm a little kid,
Lord.
like I'm just sitting uncomfortable, like, be like, why am I? All right, bro, this is weird. Like, why
That is so weird.
It is. So it's crazy. So now I'm like, I have to disassociate that people want to get to know me and not just me just throwing down in the sack. Because I can get down the nitty gritty as well. I get you. So it's like I don't think I've had too many complaints. But if
Throwing that in there.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if you complain, it's probably because you're just trying to throw shade. Because I just said something about because I have a bad mouth. I'll be real with you. I will call a motherfucker goofy as hell real quick. I'm going off script a little bit. So it happens.
Get it off. It's okay. We had to get it off.
You know what I'm saying? We letting it out. So, but yeah, I definitely had to learn how to disassociate that because just because I'm giving you good sex doesn't mean that you still want to stick around.
Or you're worth sticking with.
That is, shit.
You know?
Yeah, that's a bar. Go ahead, bro.
Because, so now we chilling on the couch and we ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah. After the sex, what is it? What do we have outside of that,
You know what I'm saying?
that consummation out of us relating? You know what I'm
Other
saying?
than we are both liking food, so we getting food afterwards. But we ain't even talking because we ain't got nothing to go.
Because I heard some stuff and I told you what happened. Because you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And then I alien smoke. What the fuck is going on? So like, we didn't talk about none of this for 3 months. So you have because you know what the fuck I'm talking about too. And this person might see this in there. I don't give a fuck if you see it. Excuse my language, but that threw me off, dude. I was like, what are you talking? Okay. There's a level, I understand spirituality. And I feel like I'm not gonna knock anybody that practice whatever they practice. But sometimes I realize within that community, I'm cool with, people that are very spiritual. I have no problems. But some folks are not dealing with, like you mentioned, like some people might be new to it and not know what the heck is going on.
It's on the
with
surface.
It's more
of what they're
surface.
talking
That's
about.
what you were saying.
They
Yeah.
see the TikTok and they're just repeating the
Yeah,
TikTok.
you're not really
Most people are
digging.
dilettantes.
And see, my thing is digging deep is you being uncomfortable with yourself. You know?
Talk about it.
Like when I first moved here, I was by myself. I didn't have no friends. I wasn't going out.
You
And
did tell me that.
yeah.
Because you was a trans. He was telling me about some stuff
I
like
was
that.
trans.
Transact.
Oh
It
yeah,
was TZ.
sorry.
No, Transact.
Yeah.
Sorry, see
But
my
yeah, I was always by myself. And then I feel like that was the most spiritual I've ever been. Because I was waking up journaling every day, yoga, meditation.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have nothing to distract me. And so I'm really good at motivating myself. And so, okay, I'm going to get up and do yoga. You know what I'm saying? Like I was working a job and I was doing yoga more than, are you making me want to look over there?
Because he would have tell things up.
I'm trying to be discreet, cuz.
We're not
So it's like we can see, like, you can tell it's all good, get the ruffling and all that. It's all good.
Hey, excuse me.
Look over there. I'm like, what is he doing?
Some things fire, so
yeah.
That's why you looking.
Yeah, because I want some too. Like, low key, let me grab that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Go
it.
pass that down.
Them things, you might want to try some of these coffee sticks, man. Kind of good.
I'm weak.
Hey,
Man.
listen, Pocky. I'm not sure we supposed to.
Hey, man.
Pocky.
Get y'all some Pocky.
Y'all on to something with this for real. Go ahead and grab you one.
Ain't
Try
that
that out.
foreign?
It's
It is a Japanese or something like that.
It's real.
They had a strawberry there. What?
Man, the strawberry is the one. The strawberry?
Yeah. So
Over here munching in people's ears while they got their AirPods in.
y'all be alright. Y'all gonna be you know what I'm saying? We don't eat all the time
Little
on camera.
ASMR, you know?
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
This is not usual, but I had to jet out of here this morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long day.
He hit me like, hey man, I was like, come on, dog, we got an interview. They're like, man, damn, man, what you talking about? I felt that. I was like, what?
I had no
bro.
recollections.
You getting this interview, dog. Because somebody canceled for yesterday. I was like, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Back to trauma.
Back to the trauma.
Back to the trauma. So
Yeah, I was living by myself.
yeah, go ahead. And you was telling me, telling me about the situation you experienced. Tell me about that. Like, you was kind of just getting acclimated to being here.
I feel like that was the loudest that I've heard God.
Damn.
Because I
can
didn't
feel
have no female around.
I can feel that.
It started kind of after my situation.
No distractions.
My last situation, yeah. Like when I was uncomfortable with being by myself, I would call her, you know, or be looking to talk to her. But now I ain't got nobody to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we killed our, situation, I stopped drinking and smoking for like a month.
Okay.
And then that was the loudest I've ever heard him.
Yeah, sometimes those vices definitely keep you distracted, and they get loud, That loudness is something else though, because you start having recollections and realizations, that's what we call it.
Yeah.
And shout out to Melanie, the S. We definitely about to expand on that, but on these episodes. But no, I definitely feel that because when I left that toxic situation when I first moved here, man, it was loud, but it was like a peaceful loud. Like, thank God, like finally this person is gone. Like this baggage was just off of my chest, this anxiety, stuff that I was dealing with. I never knew it was going. It was always an event every time this person was around. So being able to be in that space by yourself, and even growing up, not knowing what was going to be up, because like I kind of grew up, that garage door opened up. You never know what time it is. You just make sure that house is clean, and you like you doing some homework. You feel what I'm saying? So I grew up in that type of field, and even like being in relationships in college, I had a person that would just be emotionally, I guess, abusive. So that's, I guess, traumatic as well. Like they know they could be around me, but then they can also say, well, I don't want to be with you no more out of nowhere. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not really thinking about how it affects me. But then I also got to say to myself, I allowed it in my space too, taking accountability. So when you're in that space, you got to look at everything.
Exactly. And also, you should be happy that she chose her.
Yeah.
Because then you would have continued to have anxiety and those feelings because you wasn't going to lead the situation.
Exactly. And that's something else to talk about too. Like, I noticed that somebody was like, do you not like being alone? And I was like, at that stage, I was like, damn, maybe I don't like being by myself because I'm not happy with everything that came out of that situation. You know what I mean? And what I allowed to happen and just stuff that I didn't really have to deal with.
Oh, so how often, what is the break period between situations for you?
I can go like a couple of years without being somebody, like for real.
Like smashing all that?
No, I'm not smashing. I can only do a year without smashing.
Yeah. That's a long time though.
I'm being honest. The year is the longest I've been.
That's longer than I think most people would say.
Yeah, let's see. I can go a year without smashing. Yeah. I can definitely go without.
I've gone much longer.
Like being involved with anybody, texting, none of
that. Maybe like 5 or 6 months. It's always somebody comes around.
So what are you doing in 5 or 6 months?
I'm just dealing with myself, dealing with life in those situations. But then it's like, sometimes that stuff don't go nowhere. So I don't really take it that seriously, until it becomes more of an intimate feeling. So in those time periods, I'm still kind of just on me, you know what I mean? But then when it becomes more progressive and we've been talking for longer than a couple months, and it's like, okay,
But what if y'all talking a couple months and it ain't really a talk about nothing?
Sometimes I have a tendency, and y'all can judge me, I just kind of have people like satellite. They just be around. It's for me to feel Like, cool, you here, all right, entertainment. Like,
Right.
that sounds bad, but
I feel you though.
it's not that I want to toy with anybody. It's just sometimes you just like the attention, like to have somebody around.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying?
That you can say that.
I mean, I got family that I can talk to as well, but who doesn't? I mean, we're for creatures that want companionship.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so to say that you don't ever want to be with someone, that's a lie.
Yeah, but it's like healthy though.
You want to be around healthy environments,
Right.
So to say that you don't want anything at all, that's your line. That's a
cap.
farce.
That's cap.
But you want to be in a situation that's going to be healthy for you. But what if you're not healthy for someone? I dealt with that.
Right.
You want everybody else to be healthy for you, but yet you're not healthy for everybody else.
Yeah.
Because you haven't dealt with what you need to deal with.
And so those playful,
Yeah.
those playful, non-serious relationships, you still have to reflect on.
Yeah.
Because God placed them there for a reason.
Yeah, like he was saying, you get your, new breakthrough through, or new lessons through new people a lot of times, situations like that. So I definitely agree with that. Because sometimes people, like a lot of, I'm not going to say something, people see you differently than how you see yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's a different perspective every time.
Yeah. I think that's really cool though.
It is. It is. Because the way Adrian might see me, it might be different from how,
Did you say Asian?
Adrian might call
Oh, okay.
it might be different how my uncle see me. You know what I'm saying? How my mother might see me. So
Right.
everybody's going to have a different experience with you.
And it's also
Based off their own setup with you and what they expect.
And
sometimes people's expectations are outrageous, though.
And the
Indeed.
way you expose yourself to your mom or your uncle is not the same way you expose yourself to
Other
Adrian or your female.
Facts. They were talking about that in Joe Budden podcast the other day. Like, everybody have a different perspective. I might tell you this, but it might be different to somebody else. You know what I'm
or I
saying?
might tell you the same story to 5 different people, different ways.
Facts. Facts.
You know,
Big
and-
facts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's just like when we were talking the other night, you kept adding stuff to the story. You were saying the story over and over, but you kept adding stuff. And I was like, oh, we're getting somewhere. Because I knew they weren't just the problem.
Yeah.
Because it takes two.
Yeah, it does. There's certain things that I notice that, I noticed over time that I didn't notice initially. So, hey, I'm still learning, But when I'm dealing with that heat of that situation, it's just, some stuff is just off the chain. Like, I ain't never had nobody tell me that before in my life. Like, boldly. Like, maybe somebody said in a science fiction novel or something wild. Something like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you say that, and like, I don't know how many people. What the cat at the bar told me last night, in situations like those, bro, focus not on the why, but focus on what you're gonna do. Because he said a lot of times we deal in emotion, trying to add logic to it.
Yeah, trying to make it make sense.
So in that situation, I dealt with all emotional and then deal with a lot of the logic behind it. I was like, well, this person clearly is telling me, leave me alone in a way.
Ooh.
Not that they're telling me that off the rip,
Yeah.
but I need some time to figure out what's going on because I'm clearly not with what's going on in reality. Because for you to say these things, you're dealing with something that's beyond me. They're beyond all of us. This is all within you, and you're putting it out there and making it into a reality for everybody else. They're called people slaves. That's the only bane of their existence. It means that you're either on some stuff or you're trying to control something that you can't control. Because the only time what do you do when you have a slave? You control the slave.
But it's also
The
like
audience is confused as hell right now.
me and you dissected that sentence.
They are y'all probably very confused, but it was a traumatic experience for me. So
Right.
that's how the traumatized in y'all. So it was like, whoa, this is wild. The last time I dealt with something like that it was delusional psychosis. That was traumatic for me. I was like, whoa, this is new. I keep coming across people saying these wild things because they're not dealing with whatever they're dealing with. They want to just project other stuff that makes sense to them, but probably won't make sense to everybody else within this reality.
Well, I feel that, I'm a devil's advocate. I feel that if you were the person that you said you were in their life, let's dissect that rather than you got defensive.
What you mean? Oh, okay.
With the statement. Let's dissect it. Like, what do you mean by that? Get in their head with the statement. So you really, because at the end of the day, you still don't know why she said what she said to be, making.
She tried to explain it. And I asked her that initially. Yeah. I didn't get like that initially. It took like 2 or 3 days after I saw it.
Oh yeah.
I told you the breakdown. It wasn't like that initially. I wasn't like tripping. I'm like, okay, something is going on. Maybe it's something I can help out with. I was very cool, attentive before I had my
thoughts.
Yeah, they really just, because I think whatever I saw on that, I'd never seen that before. I was like,
Right.
whoa.
When I think back on certain past situations in my life where I've been in kind of similar situations where, like, it's an argument or something per se, and I think back as like, okay, at that time, I knew that the correct way to handle it was to, the correct way to just have a conversation with somebody is, like you said, to just ask more questions, try to get, even if you're trying to persuade them of something else, you're trying to pull them to a different side of something. The best way to do it is through asking questions and listening, actually, versus trying to beat them down with your truth.
Right.
But I probably, in a lot of those situations went the other way and said some things I shouldn't have said. And just looking back at it, I'm like, well, if I knew that, and I knew that,
Right.
then it's probably just because I didn't care enough.
I was just about to say,
I just didn't care enough to.
I didn't care enough to figure out, because that's how I felt as well at that point. I was just like, you know what? Yeah,
Which meant shouldn't have been there anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, this is something that's beyond me that I can't deal with, and I didn't deal with it very well. So that's something to learn from as well too.
But your reaction, you can deal with that. That's part of your trauma. Because that triggers something in you of your past or something that you heard before for you to get so defensive. And so it's like, we're not going to give them a lot of credit on what they did, because that's not your reality, but your reality is how you reacted. So it's really just working on that. Because they might go on and let that, continue to be their reality. But I don't think the statement, we don't have to get too deep in, I don't think the statement was incorrect.
Okay.
And we dissect that. 7 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I know what the person was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just that I even said in this delivery was just completely off.
But it's like, if that's your bookie, why would you take the delivery to be towards you or negative? If that's my boo, you know what I'm saying? It can be a casual conversation, even if it's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
We should be able to have a conversation.
But it's just like the other part of that, I see that you represent me terribly at the same time, because you're saying this in public. It's different when you have an intimate conversation.
Yeah.
But you're going on these live streaming, your social media, you're saying all this shit live.
Yeah.
And these are conversations you have when you in the crib and y'all laid up like, okay, let me try to understand this. But when you go live, that means you are really believing, you're saying this with conviction. You're yelling and screaming this. At the top of your, did you see all?
No, I don't get to watch anything like that.
You don't have to. But if you've seen it, you understand, like, okay, you really, really are believing. Because if I go on this pod and this, I know this is going to be put out there in live stream or for people to actually see in the world.
Right.
This is something that's inside of me that I truly believe.
If someone came to you about it, you'll be standing on what you're saying.
Standing on business. She's standing on business. I'm like, I was very more so hearing this person during that course. We had a whole conversation. Cool. I'm listening. I'm like, okay, you're going to call me back. We're going to talk about it later. Never got a call back.
Right.
In a full avoidance. And then I see this on the pod. I'm like, okay, so you're dealing with this in your own way, and we're not really dealing with this.
Right. Okay, so my thing is,
I'm just a
social media, I don't ever take it seriously, because people, they have images to uphold.
She was saying this a little bit on the call a little bit as well, but I didn't get a chance to fully. She was that. See, that's the part that we were missing too. Like, that was a way of her starting to establish whether or not she's. It's not the first time she said this. She's saying this because she wants control. Whenever you establish somebody as just being a slave, and that's by definition, that's what you said in context. That means you want to be even like certain subtle things that was being said. I want to do it as fat, lazy, and just kind of just chill. And I want to settle down. To me, that's
you said fat, lazy. That's what they said.
Yeah. I'm not making this up.
Okay.
So you're telling me that you want somebody that you don't have to compete for, because you want to be able to control the narrative of what's going on because of whatever insecurity you have that you dealt with before. That's what resonates with me. Everybody might see it differently, but if you want to,
I don't think any woman wants a lazy nigga.
Why would you want to be fat and out of shape and out of place?
And that's the that's the thing. Like,
there's a very
no
successful
woman,
fat adult placement. Rick Ross.
but the thing is, like, she said that though.
She's
so it's
saying
like, yeah, no woman really wants that.
She
So why
wants
would
a guy
you
that's
say that unless you're
unappealing, that does not have that allure, that attraction, because she doesn't want to have to compete. When you have somebody that is of, I hate that term. It sounds so corny, but of a certain stature, and that people are more attracted to, that make you feel a certain way if you have not dealt with certain underlying insecurities within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's starting to resonate with me. And then I want you to check in. I'm doing a part. I want you to check in when you get here. I want to send you this video. Who's the girl you're talking to? She's showing subtle signs of levels of wanting to be in control.
Of being crazy.
I don't know what's subtle about that.
Seeing pictures of talking to other people is crazy.
When first day I met her,
My boo, come up to me. You think I'm not gonna grab your ass in front of this bitch I'm talking to?
The video was even taken. She sent it to me after, like,
That's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So
You got
there's
too much
certain
time on your
things.
hands.
There's certain things, subtle things things I was seeing. I'm not gonna say subtle because that's, we obviously know that's not subtle, but things that you start to see that's like, okay, this person's obviously a little off, or a lot off. You and it's not the level off that I can really deal with.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like and that's why I was like waiting as well too. I mean, I know I probably shouldn't have incorporated certain things. Obviously I still need to deal with that level of my life, but of course you come in my realm and you come to me and you know what I'm talking about this whole time and you know what's up. Yeah, I'm standing on business. You know what's popping. You obviously wanted something as well too. But does that make it right? No. So for me, as I learned a lesson in this situation, just really observe who you have in and out of your space, and deal with your own personal traumas and not put other things on other people. But I also feel like in that situation, because of certain traumas, I feel like there's certain people that I feel like, I can still, that's another type of trauma. I can work with, I can get you to where I feel like, and you say that's kind of narcissistic, what I'm saying? It is. And it's like, I can't do anything. All you can do is what you know, and if it doesn't compliment us,
You're on a line,
align at each other, within that space, then it's no point in continuing on the situation.
Yeah, I've mentioned that before. I've had that problem multiple times, just like trying to save people, and
you can't do that. It will damage you in a way that you don't understand. I have dealt with that, and I'm like, I don't want to do that no more. What J. Cole, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, F the peace sign.
Load the chopper, let it roll. Maybe not that part.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you look at it from that perspective, and that's real. And there's some people that have not dealt with, and I'm still dealing with certain stuff. So I feel like a lot of times you don't confront these traumas until sometimes, like you said, you deal with a new person, new relationship, other situations in your life. Even sometimes dealing with work, you'd be like, damn, I didn't think I was going to feel like that. Just certain stuff came up, and it's like, whoa, that's unraveling me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Unhinged. So there's certain things you see, with trauma. Trauma is a very elusive thing that if you haven't dealt with, it can come up.
Can they see the shirt?
Huh? Oh, yes. Please see this shirt. I'm rocking this brand right here. Talk about this shirt. I want you to talk about
that is right there.
I want to expand a little bit. I know we talking about trauma. I want you to talk about the shirt. I want you to talk about the Henry Lemonade. I want you to talk about your new single that's coming out as well, too. Expand a little bit. Let them know what's going on with your situation.
The shirt is this is a Project Baby. And if you know Project Baby, Kodak Black, this is literally a shadow. The Kodak Black eyes, his grill, and his chain. I made the logo myself. And I was watching a video of him speaking. He was under the influence. And he was saying some things that we might not understand, but that doesn't mean they're not true because he's under the influence. Because a lot of times people tell the truth while under the influence. And so we don't know what he's dealing with in the industry. And he, when you listen to his music, he's very knowledgeable of what's going on around him. But one of his bars I like quoting is, how you know what the weather gonna be? It was something in one of his songs. He was like, well, "How does a weatherman know what the weather gonna be?" or something like that. He said that, and it's just something like this. So he's in tune with, and Haitians, they are, they know it's a little bit more than what's going on around the world, and so I feel like people try to discredit Kodak because of his behaviors displayed on social media, and so the back of the tee it says misunderstood. Okay, because I feel like Kodak is misunderstood, and the collection. Or I'm gonna say another branch under the tree because my brand is Nappy Hippie, but this is another brand under it, and this is Rare Era, and I'm in the era of my life where I'm going to express myself in many ways to inspire others, you know, because somebody might think this is ugly, you know, and not even really knowing what's going on. And so you are critiquing my external and not knowing what's really going on with me. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of ties in with the trauma.
It does.
For sure.
You know?
It really
and
does.
So, yeah.
I like that.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I definitely like that you talked about it. I want you to talk a little bit more about the single Henny Lemonade, because it's a vibe. It's a vibe. But what inspired it? Because we obviously, this was in the red cup right now. We were sipping on
it's
Hennessy.
gone.
Yeah, I got like a little sip, a little go, but I've been babysitting this thing for a little while. But to talk about that single and also your new single, like what inspired those two pieces of work for yourself?
Hennessy and Lemonade, I was at a bar. And I met a lady and we was talking at the bar and her dude came up and then she was like, buy her a drink. I was like, sure. And then she was like, what do you want? And I was like, whatever you give me. And she ordered me a Hennessy and Lemonade.
Okay.
And it was delicious. Because I'm not really fond of liquor.
Right.
I'll take a shot just so I can feel drunk.
Yeah.
Once I'm good, you know, I ain't drinking no more. Right. And so I was like, okay, this is like a juice, so I can sip on this. I ain't got to take a shot and taste
it. Right, too strong. It's not too much of a bite. That lemonade kind of offsets that tinge.
Well, that's like a cocktail, you know?
Yeah, that tinge.
And I like Hennessy.
Yeah.
I like to taste Hennessy.
Hennessy's cool. I mean, I can't drink it straight, but I have to have a chase with it. I mean, I might take a shot or something, but I can't be sitting there gulping. I don't know how people do that. The Hennessy
challenge. Gulping is crazy, no.
How do you do that? I'll take a shot. The whole course not pop out your mouth, B. That's wild, B. That could pop out your ears and just stuff like that. But now, what about the new single? He kind of was giving an idea about Muse and like what you
Muse,
want to do with that.
It was about someone in the past. They were very inspiring to me.
Okay, not traumatic, but inspiring. That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Within that situation, I was dealing with that situation for 8 years off and on. And this time around, I was like, okay, this is the end of the cycle that we had. You know, this lifetime that we had is over. And I'm just going to look in what I gained from it, because that was, I wrote most of the songs that I dropped during that time. We were together because I loved her so much that I wanted to, you know, express that.
Create.
You know?
Yeah.
And so Muse, it ties into that with my girlfriend now. She's my muse. She keeps me going. Like whenever I'm not feeling the best rapper or, you know, the best creator.
She's supporting you.
You know?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so I really appreciate her. Shout out to my bookie.
Shout out to her too. Cause that's a good thing. When you have a muse and somebody's actually there and they're trying to work with you, not all about themselves or some other stuff, that's a beautiful thing.
And see, with my trauma,
I appreciate that.
With my trauma, I feel like she is like, we had a discussion recently about, are you still happy here? Because my trauma is sometimes me not picking up the pace in my talents. That some people get tired of, you know, being patient and leave. And I'm used to that, so I was waiting for her to make that exit. And I'm adjusting to her genuinely loving me. Having someone that genuinely loves me.
Right.
Yeah, that's deep. Because like if you're so used to people coming in and out of your life because they just feel like they just kind of they have no room or any space for them any longer, that definitely can affect you in a lot of different ways as well. Because a lot of times we want people to be around for long periods of time, like you mentioned, seasons for reasons and stuff like that too. So to have that around, that's probably a good thing. That's a real good thing for you.
Yeah.
If anybody, honestly, if you get that, keep it. Don't fuck it up, because you're gonna be real set. You can
so just make sure you
Tank songs. You know what I mean?
Tank is amazing though. He's a great singer.
Vocalist. He's not a singer. He's a vocalist. It's a difference. His vocabulary is ridiculous.
I see y'all both are really into music. Your Mount Rushmore. Hip hop.
Oh wow. Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
All time. New school, old school.
Wow. That's unleashed.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough because I always feel like because there's such big influences for me, I always feel like I have to have J. Cole and Kendrick on there. But that then doesn't leave space for so many of the others that probably even inspired them. So it's like I have to have Tupac on there. I have to have 3 Stacks on there. I have to have Mos Def on there. Yasin Bey. I have to have
Umi says. Shout out to Umi says.
Yeah.
Umi, you know, that's the kind of reason why I got inspired. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many people that have inspired me, I have to have Q-Tip on there.
Wow.
Wow, those are some great picks. I
Wow.
gotta listen to your music.
No,
Me?
Rushmore.
I'm going with Kendrick, Lil Wayne, Isaiah Rashad. I'm gonna say Young Thug, and
Okay.
then I already mentioned Kanye.
Okay.
But
I'm not mad at that.
I
I'm
want
mad
to
at that.
tie Young Thug and Lil Wayne together though.
Mm.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
But yeah, those are my. I'm into neo soul, and I try to be a lyricist.
Yeah.
I have a song out, So Blessed, and I rap from 1 to 27. And the reason why people don't catch it is because I'm using words
Okay.
that sounds like the number.
Got you.
So like, let me go ahead and clock in. It's 11.
Yeah.
You know, what is it? I said 10 minutes to go to work, like timid, but 10 minutes.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? But people wasn't catching it because it's so simple. I always trying to.
I feel you. As someone who, like, if you really listen to my work, like, typically, every line is a double entendre. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like people not gonna catch it.
Yeah.
But it's something that I listen to and I'm like, that nigga did that.
oh, yeah,
That nigga did.
I'm
You know?
I'm not just, you're not putting this, bro. I'm putting this song out. No, baby, that's cold.
Have you ever practiced your song and realized that you had a double?
Right?
You
Yeah.
never knew?
It's like I did.
Sick. I'm sick in the head.
Hey God,
For real.
you blessed your boy.
I know,
Appreciate
so
you.
I'm like, cut that. I deleted that. So I'm like, me reminiscing. I'm elementary. Like, I'm just straight to the point. This is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro. So, he kills that, bro. But that's cool. That's dope that you say those stuff. Because I've never done a double entendre. I don't even know. I'm just straight to the point. I'm a very straight to the point person.
But I think I was
Sometimes you gotta
explaining.
spice it up.
I was explaining this to one of our homies, Dez. We were talking about like kind of the difference in writing styles. Like a lot of people don't resonate with a Kendrick Lamar because it's so complex and so wrapped
break
in
it
so
down.
much metaphor and you know comparisons and stuff like that. Versus J. Cole, who's gonna speak it more plainly. You know what I'm saying? Like he still has the secret recipe flows where he goes off and with the metaphors and stuff like that. But for the most part, like especially his earlier stuff, it was just more like just storytelling, or just you know flat out speaking what he's saying, telling you about his traumaticals or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's two different things that might resonate differently with with two different sets of people. So I don't think there's anything wrong with necessarily being a rap. I listen to Larry June. Like
He's great,
that's as simple
though.
as it gets.
When you,
You know
when
what
you
I'm
feel
saying?
like you're not getting money and you need that encouragement, that tough love,
For real.
listen to Larry June. Larry June, Rick Ross, Dom Kennedy.
Yeah,
Like, get your lame ass up and go get some money.
yeah. Exactly.
Pretty much.
What's your Mount Rushmore?
Well, it's hard, man. Dang. Okay, so definitely Tupac. Like I've been listening to Tupac since forever. Wow, I've never been asked that. For real. Top 5. I love Jadakiss.
Man,
I just like his cadence.
Jadakiss.
He's very simplistic, but his cadence is like it's so gritty. It's like I'm like this man got me in the zone, dude. Got me in the zone.
I be trying to do that laugh. I cannot do it. I'm like, damn.
I'm like,
I wish I could do it so
that's
bad.
that's my old people type shit.
Back in my
Man, when you get about 60 years, you got a 60-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? But it works for him. That cadence works, and that timbre works for him in his voice. It's a very alluring thing. So I think he's part of my top 5.
One of the greatest lyricists of all time.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. He's
I gotta lie. I gotta listen to more Jadakiss.
He definitely needs
I
to.
think because I don't relate. I try not to listen to music I don't relate to.
Okay.
You know,
I got
like
you.
I never really was into the gritty to be listening to vibing to it.
Okay.
You know, that's why I kind of lean towards the Erykah Badu, the Jill Scott,
Okay.
even the Tupac. He was very, vibey.
Yeah, he had his own. Yeah, he
Indeed.
he emoted a lot in his music. Like you felt what he was feeling because he was gonna make it. You made sure you
Like
felt
Dear
it.
Mama, my mama cried when we sung that for Mother's Day.
Yeah,
Right.
that song hit you in your soul. Or I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Definitely got me choked up a couple times when I was shorty. Like, bro, I ain't mad at you. He was once too with the same. Like, come on, like he bring you into a story. And it's like, wow. Or Me Against the World. Like he just had a very emotional attachment to his music. So that is the reason why he's like the top lyricist for me because he made you feel something. If you can't make me feel, I'm not listening to you.
I feel that. Like Rod Wave, I don't feel him. Not the name drop, but I don't feel him.
I don't know what it is.
Rod Wave.
For real, no. I'm so selective in my music diet. It's like I don't even know a lot of new folks. No offense to y'all, I have no idea because I look young, but I'm like 35, and like this new shit just be throwing me the hell off. I'm like, what y'all niggas talking about after a while? I can get down with certain stuff, but it's just like, all right, just break it down a little bit more. Now it's gonna throw some people off. For some reason, I just like his swag. I like 2 Chainz, bro. That's gonna throw people off. That's number 3.
That's not a throw off.
Yeah, it's just the way he's a salesman. Like he's not saying anything elaborate. He's not saying anything of a specific science. He's just gonna he just has a charisma.
And he's so fun. Yeah, he's so fun.
He's so sure of himself that I believe it, even though I know it's not good lyricism. I'm like, wow.
You don't think it's good? I think his recent music is not lyricism.
Nah,
I mean,
When he was Titty Boy,
I
think he was that guy.
Maybe. I just didn't really buy in too much. I just like the swag. I'm like, whoever this dude is, he sound like somebody.
2 Chainz will say something.
He'll
He'll say something, and then you go back and you be like thinking about it. You be like, nah, that didn't make sense now. He's like, I just had to check.
But the way he said it,
exactly,
sure of it.
It made you think.
Mr. Tubman, and I'm like, this man is really serious. All I want for my birthday is a big boy.
Right, you believed it. That is all he wants.
But you are convinced.
Don't get this man nothing else for his birthday.
Right.
Is a big booty. So I'm definitely Kanye. Kanye is there because just his journey. I respect it. Not saying I respect everything he says. That motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah.
But
those albums right there, man. That contribution.
Yeah, he definitely
hip-hop
and he went through a journey. I like people that go through something and overcome obstacles. Like I mentioned earlier, somebody tell me I can't do something, I might not be the greatest, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Yeah. And I'm gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? That's you gotta have that tenacity. So I definitely respect him. So that definitely put him number 4. Number 5, I think I will say Andre. I'm not trying to cop out, but Andre 3000 should be number 5. But he's just so artistic.
Yeah.
He's an alien, man.
Yeah, he's an artist. He's an artist with a flute now. So it's like he's not in a box, and he's so real about what the fuck he's at. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to be anything else besides himself, and he's gonna be true to his form and where he's at in that stage in his life.
Right.
And you can do nothing but respect it. I haven't listened to the Flute album. No offense to you, Andre. If you hear this somewhere,
I listened to it in the morning.
I haven't heard it yet. I haven't got a chance to
I
vibe
can't
out this
listen to
shit.
rap and stuff early in the morning.
I hardly listen to rap at all.
Yeah, I can't. I
your
listen to R&B.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I'm an R&B cat.
I mean, the rappers we mentioned, I listen to. I've been listening to R&B a lot lately, though.
R&B is like my bag right now. I'm in the R&B bag. Shout out
Same.
to R&B Money Podcast or Jay Valentine Tank. Shout out to y'all, but I definitely.
That's why I asked. They did a female and a male R&B vocal Mount Rushmore.
Oh.
Man, that's hard when they do that. I'm like, damn, they get it every time I hear it. I'm like, dang, okay. Well, I see that. Like, who will be the ultimate, like, Voltron? And all. Those are good questions, because, like, that's a really good makeup of, what, like, how you listen and how you see an artist being, like, because we're looking for, I think when we look at all the different artists, we're looking to find that we have it's a collective, you know what I mean? And we're almost, like, creating that artist based on what we do listen to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That ultimate artist, even though we have them in separate different venues, we're getting something from each person, and we kind of want to merge them together, but we can't because it's impossible.
So I'm them.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that's how I see that.
Yeah.
Which is a very important question to ask people. So, but I think because the music influences a lot of stuff. It doesn't just influence the way you think, influence food, what you drink, what you drink.
Food.
Oh yeah, I can't eat certain food while listening to certain stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna like listen to 2 Chainz while I'm eating food. Like that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna like listen to some D'Angelo or something. I'm gonna listen to something chill.
You don't tune out music when you're eating?
No, I actually listen to the music though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little different like that. I don't always listen to music when I'm eating, but if I'm like in the car,
is that something like that you
like when I'm in the car chilling, yeah, certain vibes.
It's like, oh, I'm about to eat. I gotta turn on some tunes.
Yeah, right. No, for real, no. When I'm listening, like eating Panda Express or something, like I might just want to sit in the car and be like, baby, let's cruise away. You know, I'm eating the Panda. You feel me? I'm being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm being real. That shit. You know. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's all I got.
All right.
Yeah. We doing this shit again. Goddamn. But yeah, man, I think are we?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. I guess we can't wrap it up then. Is there anything that you want to say, Melinda, as we close everything out? You know, before we close.
Next year, be on the lookout for It's Me and wherever. I'm working on my project Love Sick. It's dropping next January.
For sure.
January 2024.
January 2024.
Okay. All right. Be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely.
And tell them where to find you.
You can follow me on Instagram, nappyhippie.itsme, TikTok, It's Me, the Nappy Hippie, Twitter, Nappy Hippie, It's Me.
Click on the link right there.
Yeah, right there.
Copy T.
You know what I mean? So absolutely.
Get your teas. Get you some new tunes to listen to while you eat.
I got mine. So y'all need to grab yours. I got mine. So for sure, man. But
can you stand up?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely. I don't know if I'm a model. I don't know if you can catch me in the
No, but I just like how where it lays. It stops.
You know what I'm saying? Let me show you how it looks.
It's a heavyweight tee.
Heavyweight tee. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it.
Nice
you know
material.
What I'm saying? Nice material. Definitely check her out. It was a nice little queen 54. So holla at her for it. It's a nice shirt. You know what I'm saying? I don't really model too much. I'm on my camera a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Does it look good on this angle too?
Here we go. Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. But absolutely, man, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Mel, for coming through as well.
Having me, bro.
Absolutely.
It's been a blast, you know what I'm saying? We just try to make it as comfortable and as best fitting as possible. You know, it's not about us, it's about really the journey and what other people are dealing with and experiencing this world too. So, but again, my name is Jaco Wright. This is
It's Me.
All right, and then
Adrian Peace.
Again, this is the Nice Guys Podcast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us this week. And now y'all stay blessed. One love.
Happy New Year and
Happy
drink some
New Year.
Hennessy and lemonade.
For sure.